In a previous video, we discussed solving systems of linear equations and inequalities by graphing. In this video, we're going to talk about solving system of equations using two different methods. The first method is substitution, and substitution is exactly like it sounds. We're going to take a variable and substitute it into the same variable in a different equation. So given a problem, solve this system of equations. We're going to take the expression that's equal to y from the first equation and substitute it into the y in the second equation. So when I rewrite my second equation, instead of writing y, I'm going to write the equivalent expression from the first equation, 3x minus 2 equal to 5. And now I want to simplify that. So in order to simplify this expression, I'm going to distribute this 3 to the terms in parentheses. 3 times 3x gives me a 9x, and 3 times 2 is 6. And from here, I'm going to combine like terms and begin solving for x. So 9x plus 2x gives me an 11x minus 6. And solving for x, I'm going to add 6 on both sides. So 5 plus 6 is 11. And then I'm going to divide by 11. And that leaves me with x equal to 1. Now that I have my x, I have to substitute the value of x into a different equation so that I can solve for y. Since my first equation is already set in terms of y, I'm going to substitute this value into my first equation. So y equals 3. Instead of writing x, I'm going to plug in the value of x minus 2 and simplify. 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 minus 2 is 1. That gives my solution. That gives me a solution of x is 1 and y is 1. Once again, we want to make sure we're writing our solutions in coordinate notation. That's substitution. The second method is called elimination. And elimination is, once again, exactly like it sounds. We're eliminating a term completely from our equations and solving for the other one. So when given a system, 2x plus 2y equals 0, and a negative 2x plus 5y equals 14, we see that if we were to add these two equations together, our x's would cancel out, because 2 plus a negative 2 would give me a 0x. And so do that for each term in our equations. 2y plus 5y gives me a positive 7y, and 0 plus 14 gives me 14. Since that's a 0x, I don't have to worry about it. And I solve for y. To solve for y here, we divide by 7, and we get y is equal to 2. Just like we did with substitution, once we have a value for a variable, we take that value and substitute it or plug it back into an equation and solve for the other. So here I'm going to take this y and plug it into my first equation and then solve for x. So 2x plus 2, value for y, which is 2, equal to 0, and start simplifying. 2 times 2 is 4, so 2x plus 4 equals 0. Subtract 4 from both sides, and I get 2x equals a negative 4. Divide by 2 will give me x is equal to negative 2. And once again, write your solution in coordinate form. Now we've learned how to solve systems of equations by graphing, substitution, and elimination. We're going to practice when to use each method and what's the most efficient way.